Hello, everybody. We are doing a little bit of Nick's monthly campaign. If I can figure out how to work my phone. There we go. Alright, so I hear the. Alright, so I hear Yep. the. Somebody else say hi?
Hello.
Hello.
Alright, so I'm going to turn my fan off so we don't hear the
Alright, so I'm going to turn my fan off so
buzzing all the time.
Right, so I'm going to turn my fan off so
buzzing all the time.
Right, so I'm going to turn my fan off.
And Nick, go ahead and take it away while I fix the screen.
Alrighty, well, we last time on the Crystal Heart campaign, our group of adventurers here finished off a fight with Priestess Misha and some troglodytes down in the little tunnels underneath the Temple of Merlane. Investigated a statue of a snake with a large snake with a human face that they eventually found out was a naga. And through some history rolls, heard of a old tale of Zazi, the decayed naga, legend that was passed around settlements. And a being referred to as master by Priestess Misha before she was slain. The group collected some items off of Misha, as well as some treasure and recovered some lost equipment in Barnacle's case in a side room before making their way back up and trying to make their way out of the temple. Encountered some reinforcements that were investigating the carnage they had previously left on the main temple floor, and hearing some more on the way, found that Ina had started tapping a wall with her stick again. Second time she had done it that session, with no explanation. Before questioning her and figuring out, there was some loose stones there was a loose stone that could be moved to create an opening in the outer wall that the group could possibly escape through. As a little bit of additional detail as what happened after the group reunited with Barnacle, he informs the group that there was two other individuals that Misha had been conversing with before the group had arrived that the group hadn't encountered. Which actually have a slight retcon on my part for information Barnacle was able to hear beyond that, which, Sven, if you would like to share or not share, we can do that now. Or wait until some more people arrive.
So, as I was captured, guys, I heard a voice would prolong their S's, probably like you guys mentioned a naga, so it might be a naga, a yuan T, one of those weird snake people, somebody like that, or maybe just somebody with a really bad lisp, was one of the things I heard. And they were also talking about how they had to go and take care of this turtle person that had been bothering them. So I don't remember seeing a turtle person in the city, but we may want to ask around because they might be in trouble.
And Beyond that, everyone is currently assessing their options as they now have another way out of the building and hearing more people come through the front. I guess we'll jump right into it. What are you guys doing? You have just moved this heavy stone that kind of has revealed like a space that you could move through. Some of the bigger people will have to kind of crawl a little bit, but the smaller folk won't have as much issues.
Are we able to see what's on the other side? Is it light? Is it outside or is it another passage?
Yes, it is outside. You can see kind of like the courtyard area, roughly 20 feet away. You can see the outer wall that surrounds the temple. Perhaps a better viewpoint will be the actual map itself. You're roughly where the Pia is on the building.
Gotcha.
In the building. And then you can see out and see kind of the courtyard. You can see a small little building. It looks to be like maybe a equipment shed, possibly tied with some additional housing over here along the wall on the side. Though directly across from you can see like the outer wall of the temple.
Well, guys, I think they're coming. Let's go ahead.
Let's go. Yeah.
Get out.
Mm-hmm. All right, as you guys are all scrambling out of the hole, I would like all of you to give me some perception checks, which I will just real quick push to y'all. All right. Well, you do not see anyone immediately on the side at this moment. All three of you are able to hear an approaching patrol coming from around the corner to the north, as well as hear what appears to be another patrol just going around the corner to the south. So, having timed it between two separate patrols. Other than that, you hear kind of off towards the front of the building and kind of like back within the building what appears to be more commotion as people are discovering and probably looking around the carnage inside.
So we'll have Soul will help Ina put the rock back in its place.
Cool.
Ina, if you
once
could
we've climbed through, to clarify, we're going to climb through outside, and then they're going to put it back in.
All right, Ina, real quick, just give me this check with advantage.
Do I have to click advantage myself?
Yes.
Okay.
I accidentally hit that roll, but you got a natural 20 or 25.
Nice.
So you were
Amazing.
Between you and Soul are able to easily and swiftly just kind of put it up and slide it nicely into place. It's almost like as if you hadn't moved it at all.
That ought to confuse him for a moment.
All right. That doesn't take you very long. With a natural 20, and between you and Soul, both really strong people. But you can hear the patrols to the north starting to get closer to the corner. What are you guys doing?
Z, do you want to See what way's the best way to go.
I will tip to the sky.
Okay. The outer wall is roughly 15 feet tall. The building itself is probably another 30 feet tall.
Hey, do I recall, do the guards for the patrol here, do they have like bows as well, or are they just hand weapons?
As best as you can recall, you have not seen anyone who has a bow of any kind, though you do know some priests have some projectile magic that they can cast.
I will hover for a second and tell the group is I'm going to try and draw this group to the north away from here while you guys scramble the wall. And I will head off to the north, make myself visible to the patrol around the corner if I can, and then try and
Looking
get
at
them to
this
chase a little
building,
bit.
would it be easier to run around to the main entrance, or is it possible to use this building and scale the wall?
So this building here in the corner is probably about 10 feet tall, and looks to be have some footholds that you could probably get up, get on the outside to get on top of it, and then it wouldn't be too hard to get from there to the top of the wall. So it's definitely doable, and you do hear a decent commotion that was towards the front of the building where the gates are.
You know what you want to do?
Oh, I don't have much of an opinion, honestly.
While you quickly debate this,
Boost me up.
Zed, if you could give me a quick either performance, persuasion, intimidation, or deception check, just any of those charisma checks.
Me?
Just to see, Zed,
Sorry, right.
to see how distracting you can be.
Boost me up on top of the building, and then you can follow, and we'll climb over.
-1.
Bye.
Okay.
Follow me. There's no reason to look anywhere else. Really? There's not people around the corner trying to climb the building?
So, as Ina and Barnacle, as you guys go to climb the building, I'm just going to real quick have you give me a quick stealth check.
Oh boy.
Okay. Better than the -1.
It's true.
But Zed, as you kind of go around the corner, see it kind of say this things to the, patrol that you see here and start like flying over them so you can distract them. You see this, group of roughly, not roughly, of 4 individuals that are kind of patrolling around. What looks to be like 3 people you can identify as acolytes and a priest. Of them, the priest sends 2 of the acolytes to like keep patrolling while him and one of the other acolytes start following you. Barnacle and Ina, was Barnacle. Were you helping Barnacle get on the roof of the building?
Yes.
Yay.
Okay. In that case, Barnacle, give me either an acrobatics check or athletics check with advantage, and Ina, give me the same check without advantage.
Oh, if you're letting me do acrobatics all day.
For this particular check time, since you're being helped up,
I was
Um,
very confused for a second, and then I realized, no, that's the wildfire spirit stuff. It's fine.
Parkour.
Yep, and we'll say for the sake of the others, they're also able to climb up just after you guys. And with those checks, easily enough, you're able to get on top of the roof. Um, so real quick with those stealth checks, I need to check real quick. So just as you kind of get on top of the roof and like start going towards the wall, you hear the voices of two people patrolling, come around the corner. Um, but it sounds like they're still looking for something and haven't noticed you just yet, as you guys are now up on top of the roof. Uh, Zed, you're still leading off the priest and the other guy as they're kind of chasing you down the other side, in the direction that you've led them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm going to assume roughly that way.
Yeah.
You guys are kind of up here now.
And once they're clearly following me, I'll wait till they get reasonably close to me, and then I'll just go over the wall, fly over it, and circle back around.
Alrighty. Um, okay. I'm going to have you give me a quick dex save. Will probably be a. Give me a quick dex save, DC 12. That is just a failure, so you take a little bit of Sacred Flame damage that we're able to catch you with as you flee, and that's all they're able to really do to you. And that you are able to escape, relatively unscathed. As for the rest of the group, you're able to easily get from the top of this roof onto the top of the wall. It's now a 15-foot drop from the top of the wall to the outside of the building, or outside of the wall. You guys doing anything fancy to get down, or just jumping?
I'm going to hang down and then drop, try to roll to absorb some of the damage if I can.
Okay. That's going to be a quick acrobatics check from you, which I will just real quick send you. Ina?
Depending on how well the roll seems to work, she might try to do the same thing, but I'm not sure. She's probably just gonna jump down.
All right. Barnacle, you're able to kind of land, kind of roll with the thing, reducing the damage you take to be 1 point of damage.
Nice.
Instead of 3. Barnacle jumps down. He seems to be fine. Oh, the nice limber little fella. Merit, Soul, and Phoenix all jump down as well. Oh, I think we had someone join us. Mantha, that you? I guess we'll come back to that. So, Ina, as your friends jump off the wall, do you jump as well?
Yes.
Cool.
Getting out of here.
Apologies, had the wrong microphone set up because of course. Just never uses the right one the first time.
You're able to successfully kind of roll, but you definitely land with a bit more of a thud, but your natural physiology allows you to resist it a little bit more. Also taking 1 point of damage. And same with Merit, or Priestess Misha, as they currently are. Able to kind of land and roll with it, so now you guys are on the outside of the wall. Zed, you are able to easily kind of, after kind of scaling over the wall, losing sight of the other people, reunite with your friends.
Cool.
So, did you guys see any turtles while I was busy being captured, tortured?
Sorry, see any what now?
Portals?
Turtle people. They have big shells
Oh,
on their
turtle.
back.
I thought
I
you
don't.
said portals, and I'm like, why are we looking for portals? Someone please explain.
I
But
also heard portals, and I'm like, were we supposed to be looking for portals?
I do not recall seeing a turtle.
at the moment, I don't either. But there's just so much time between sessions, I could be forgetting.
I will say, as a little friendly reminder, since there are so much time between sessions, while none of you have met any turtles in town, many of you do remember, while talking at the inn of the Golden Grain Inn, talking with the that sus innkeep, remember that he conveyed to you, like, oh, if you're looking for something to do in town, you could go take care of this weird hermit that lives out in the swamp. He's been, a real bother to the town.
The hermit was a turtle?
You don't know, but you do remember that bit of information. I'm just going to put that out there as something to be reminded of, as it is that was just a little snippet that was several sessions ago.
Well, if he's causing, well, doesn't say anything. Let's just back it up a little bit.
Which, Barnacle, you would also remember that little bit of
Let's go back to
little
the
bit of
inn,
the conversation.
and we can figure out what we want to do from here. Maybe the innkeeper might know who the turtle is.
I would recommend not going back to the inn.
Yeah.
Either inn, actually. Or some, complications, let's put it short.
I believe there's only one inn remaining at this point. And I don't think we want to be seen there either.
I mean, there's still, like, the remains of where the other inn used to be, but...
Are you talking about the inn you guys slept in last night? What happened? What are you talking about?
It is no more.
First off, barely slept. There was, some, kidnapping attempts. It was, very traumatic. I'm sorry, Mantha's, like, thinking back and, like, wow, we really almost got kidnapped through the night, and we were like, anyway, let's go back to sleep. Okay, sorry. But anyway, so what happened was there was a kidnapping attempt through the night, and we bravely fought them off. And then in the morning, we were talking to the owner of the inn about it, and then he, like, disappeared into, like, a back room, and then the entire inn started, like, collapsing. We barely made it out with our lives. Merritt says, even though he's the only one that struggled.
So I'm doing a insight check on her and on on Ina and what actually the. Are you still dressed as the priestess?
Depends how far away from the temple are we?
You're currently on the outside of the wall.
Yeah. Ha. Okay. Yeah. You guys are really funny. So
yeah.
whatever. The inn collapsed. Okay. So what's wrong with the other inn then?
Well, we were supposed to kind of be confined to it while the sheriffs looked into things, but we decided fuck that. We didn't want to leave you hanging because we didn't trust them to search for you.
Did Phoenix kill somebody? I mean, why are we guys arrested?
Because the inn collapsed and we're new people.
Barnacle only believes it if Seed says it.
I didn't kill him, says Soul.
Okay.
Well,
Very funny, guys. So where are we gonna go then? We gotta get away from this temple.
We gotta get away from this town.
We could.
I think maybe we should, just as an option, we could find what was this? We could go find Ralph. He did say that the people in town were odd, and we could explain to him, like, hey, here's why they're odd, but we don't want to be seen by normal townspeople right now. Or any abnormal townspeople, actually. A lot of these guys are apparently in a cult.
So for the green pins, you have to share them as the DM. Even though it says shareable, you have to actually open up the story that's attached to it and then share it. Because right now we see green pins, but we can't. When we click them, nothing happens. So what was Zed or us? Would we know what that is that I'm pointing to? Looks like some sort of orchard or something?
Yes. That's the vineyard for Ralph. Ralph's vineyard.
There we go.
Oh, convenient. He's real close.
Okay. And did we know enough to know that that's what that is? I mean, we just see a vineyard in the house. Having talked to him, did he mention he has a vineyard?
You know, he's a wine merchant that he grows his.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, he did point out that it was his vineyard when you guys entered into town.
Cool. Yeah, that's good. A good idea. Let's go. It's right here, and we'll worry about the collapsed inn later.
Oh boy.
No, Barnacle. It did collapse.
It did.
And they kept us at the other inn because of it, because we're suspects. And we were like, hey, where's our good friend Barnacle? Haven't heard back from him. And they're like, no, you stay here. And we're like, we went to find you because obviously we were so worried about you.
Yep.
I do appreciate. I wasn't sure what was going to happen. Hold on a second. There's. I'm glad that Ogdar was able to use you to help rescue me. I know we haven't been together very long, so I wasn't sure you guys would take the time.
That's your god, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
so as you guys make your way,
I'm glad you didn't get sacrificed or whatever.
All right, so as you guys have this conversation, making your way towards the vineyard, how are you guys approaching the house? Are you just going to go to the road and go to the front door? Are you going to go, around back? How are you guys going about this? Are you just
whatever keeps us away from people? So if there's people in our line of sight, I'm going to suggest we go around.
Merritt, by this point, Merritt is Merritt again. I know he's mostly been somebody else for the time that we've been together, but he's Merritt again.
Well, it's
Oh,
about time
boy.
your character had merit. We're on top of the hill. Can we see his house from where we are?
After you kind of break through the line of trees, there are some trees that are kind of around the temple. So as soon as you like walk past them, you can see like the vineyard on the side of the hill and his house that are kind of down it, a decent ways. It's a large hill, but it's not too far of a walk. But you are able to see it from where you are.
Cool. Yeah. So if what Z said is correct, if we don't see any people, I mean, I said we're coming from top of the hill, so we should be able to see. As long as we don't see people and stuff, we'll try to make it pretty quickly down there and do a little jog.
By the way, do you think we should, like, do something to see if Ralph has it out for us? Or we're just going to waltz up there as ourselves?
So how long was the trip that when we as we were guards for him?
You were about a month. It was about a month's journey that you guys spent with him.
So during that time, what sort of general feel did we get from him? I would have Barnacle would have partied and played cards or dice or sung tawdry songs and stuff with people around the campfire and been sociable. So if he was part of that, Barnacle would have talked to him a couple times at least.
Yeah.
If he wasn't,
you would have
then that's
gotten
one
the
thing.
impression that he was, well, I guess real quick, you can all give me some quick insight checks.
Ooh, somebody got 20.
I almost got a
I mean,
one.
hey man, we started off and Merritt wasn't in the front seat with him. Still,
You're in the cart with him.
he was in the cart, and he's for sure talking a lot about himself, but like, still talking to him.
Wow, Ina has a 5 insight. Nice.
Quiet but insightful.
Yeah.
Very wide.
She's a good judge of character. How the hell is she with this group?
She's a little bit. How about let's just say she's overprotective of them. Let's go with that.
She's
Like, these are children, and if I do not watch over them, they're going to get in serious trouble.
well, regardless, you all would get the impression that he's a very jovial man, if a bit superstitious. Zed, Merritt, and Ina, you would have picked up more so than Barnacle, apparently, that he was extremely superstitious to the point where, like, if you were playing cards, there'd be certain hands that he just refused to play. He always had his little, like, lucky little lucky medallion that he would like to rub before before like looking at his cards. If he ever like saw a certain grouping of trees, he would always make sure to go take an extra amount of time going around, like giving it in like the weird group of trees more distance, stuff like that, to where like he was superstitious to a extremely careful degree. Ina and Merritt, you would also remember and kind of pick up on the fact that he was really looking forward to getting home, and to his family, to which you would all know that he has, a wife and a daughter who he loves very much. Yeah, that'll probably be about it. He's, I guess, Merritt, you would also pick up on the fact that he is loyal to a fault.
Well, I think he's probably a good guy. I think as long as we are able to say our side of the story, he's probably going to be cool.
So I think at this point, as I'm walking down a hill, talking at the same time. So I think we just need to decide: do we care about this? What's going on at the temple? Do we have any vested interest in it? Do we want to try to figure out what's happening? Do we want to try to protect this turtle guy? Or do we just want to let False Vein deal with False Vein problems? And maybe go check out that hermit. I really don't care one way or the other.
Well, I guess we're not really on the best side of the constable, but we did try to act in the interest of the town. But also, it seems like this might be a bigger problem than it seems, because like didn't we come across like that symbol before? And he's talking about the swamp where we found the crystal heart that was like tattoo. I think this might be a bigger issue than just the one temple, but that's just me.
As you guys are talking, you all notice as you get close to the house that the back door is open.
Anything sketchy going on with the vineyard? Is it up in flames or look weird? Dead bodies on pikes or anything?
Nope. The vineyard looks fine as best you can tell. You don't see anyone in it at the moment. So at this point, would be getting around. As I do a quick calculation of time, you'll be actually getting around noon time at this point. As you spent most of the morning dealing with the collapsing of the inn, the thing with the guard, and then the stuff at the temple. Since then, it's about roughly around noon, lunchtime.
Hey, Ralph doesn't seem like the type of guy that would leave the back door open, does he?
No.
So I'm going to make the little whistle or call or whatever it would be that they would do when they're getting ready to start when the caravan in the morning, everybody's getting putzing around doing stuff. They would send out a call or a whistle or do something to let everybody know, hey, it's time to get going. Packing up, stuff like that. So Barnacle will make that sort of thing. He's used to it being on a ship. We have similar calls just to let him know, hey, there's somebody here outside. Don't shoot us. As we get close enough, about 20 feet from the door, I'll make that noise.
All right, you're able to do so. Nice and clear. Don't get as you kind of wait a moment after you do so. You don't hear any response right away or anything.
So sort of motion for Ina or Zed to lead the way as I pull out my crossbow.
I will ready my quarterstaff.
Alrighty.
Or just he holding a spear at the ready? Be stolen spear, but still a spear.
And I will cautiously go through the door.
All right. As you get close to the door, kind of position yourself so you can kind of see. Well, I guess are you going to where position so you can see through the door distance, or are you going to like try and get close from the side and then look through for cover?
I'm gonna try and get close and look through and listen.
Okay. As you kind of like get to the side of the house, listening out, you notice that the door that's open is slightly off hinge, like the top hinge has been kind of loosened and is leaning a little bit. Now you guys are closer. I'll have you give me a quick another perception check. Some good rolls. As you listen out, you don't immediately hear anything from inside the house, but you notice that the door itself, besides also being kind of unhinged, has like a little dent in it, as if someone like had hit it with some significant force, cracking it a little bit, and that there's some kind of muddy cracks on the little like stair that kind of comes out of the house, meeting between like the floor of the inside and the actual ground. There appears to be some tracks kind of leading back towards the vineyard. Tracks that do not look human.
Yeah, but this dude has been home for like less than 24 hours.
But you hear nothing inside, and you're able to kind of move around and look inside if you would like.
Yes.
Yes.
Check out the house real quick. Clear it.
As you go in, it's you can tell that it was a nice, cozy home that's now disheveled. Kind of coming in, you're through the back. There's the kind of side door that leads to like a kitchen area, and then like a hallway that leads out into a living room that's completely overturned. Looking around, you can see that stuff has been placed kind of over the curtains have been drawn over the front windows. At a quick glance, you can see that the dining table has been kind of cracked in half. And then there are stairs that lead to the second floor. If you guys would like to look closer, you can give me some investigation checks, but that's what you see at an immediate glance.
Oh.
Well, something bad probably happened here. So Merritt would like to roll investigation to see if he can figure out what kind of bad thing happened here.
I'll go check upstairs real quick while they're looking around down here.
Yeah, Ina also to look for signs of maybe what happened and or where they went. Like, does it look like a robbery? Did they steal stuff?
Blood.
Blood.
I will join Barnacle as he explores upstairs.
Okay.
And also, does it look like anything actually got taken? Is there like an area that, surrounded by dust that doesn't have dust or like something like that?
Z, still give me that investigation check as you guys investigate upstairs.
Sorry, give me a second.
As for those that are looking downstairs, you can. One of the things that you find of note is a safe that looks like it has been opened. It doesn't look like it was damaged, but it looks like it was definitely opened. That's now empty. That's kind of hidden away in like a closet that's like underneath the stairs. That's current with a door that's kind of ripped off to hinges. Other than
Unless
that, investigating around, Ina, you are able to find what looks to be Ralph's lucky token. That you kind of remember him. That he would like rub when he try to make something that he even deem possibly risky. Other than that, there's the broken rubble. There's clear signs of a struggle. Not so much blood, but there are like some splatters of looks to be. There's a little bit of blood as something that's probably not major, maybe from something like a bloody nose or a small cut, something enough to injure, maybe incapacitate, but not necessarily kill.
You said Ina found this downstairs?
Yes.
Okay.
As for Barnacle and Zed, what you find upstairs, there are two rooms upstairs: the master bedroom and what looks to be a child's room. Both doors are broken and kind of and open. Looking around, you find what looks to be in the child's room. You find a what looks to be like a stuffed doll that's been kind of ripped and left torn in the room.
Wait, he had a kid?
yeah,
Yes.
he had a wife
Yeah.
and children. Yeah.
He had a wife and daughter. I mentioned this as you guys were making your way here.
Oh, probably. It's been a while.
Meanwhile, in the master, also more signs of a struggle. The bed has been like flipped. However, despite all this, Barnacle, you were able to find in one of the kind of like drawers, the what looks blah, blah. Yeah, like one of the like clothing drawers. You find one of the drawers that didn't get disturbed, a false bottom that contains looks to be 3 healing potions and a dagger and a small sack of coins. Other than that, that's all you find upstairs.
So one thing that I remember is that when we had the cart flipped over, one of the, I don't remember what they are. One of the things was walking off with like a lockbox that Ralph, you know, kept with him. Have we seen the lockbox on the first floor at all?
No, you do not see any signs of the lockbox, though you do. Again, you did see a what looks to be like a more of like an actual like safe in the in one of the closets underneath the stairs that is opened and emptied. But you do not see signs of the lockbox.
I'll ask Barnacle, should we take these potions in case we need to use them to help him if we find him, or just leave them here?
Yeah. Oh, you guys found potions, huh? Do we know what they do?
They look to be health potions.
Healing potions, yeah.
Well, gee, I don't know. If only we had a priest. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's me. Yeah, I say let's go ahead and take them. If nothing else, we can bring them, get them back.
Cool.
I remember there being tracks going out to the vineyard, so maybe we can find out what happened to them.
But I'm going to leave the dagger and the coins there.
Okay.
Unless you want them, Barnacle.
Oh, no. And I'm gonna just like put them on under a pillow or in a drawer or something.
You could You found them in a drawer that kind of had a false bottom.
Also,
So
I
they
will
were
just put the
underneath that false
bottom back.
bottom.
Oh,
So you
there we go.
can just put that back. But you guys take the 3 potions of healing, which are in the party sheet, so for you guys to divvy out as you see fit. As you guys make your way downstairs.
Nothing upstairs. It looks like they ransacked it. They even destroyed one of the dolls up there. It looks like they're being more malicious than searching for anything.
Question: we didn't see it down here. Were there, you know, that lockbox that Ralph had with us while we
No.
were traveling? No,
We didn't see it upstairs.
it wasn't upstairs.
No.
Okay. Well, there was a safe down here that looks like. Well, it doesn't look like it was like damaged or forced open, but I'm not too sure about that. But that might have been in there. Maybe Ralph ran. Maybe there was something important in there.
Or they took him.
Or they took him.
Let's go follow those tracks and see if we can find out
Yeah.
what happened.
Oh, for sure.
There are
As
at least
you,
3 people who lived here. I don't remember if he said he had 1 or 2 kids, but there's at least 3 people who lived here.
As you guys head back outside, kind of to follow the tracks, I'll have you guys give me I'll say this will be survival or investigation for anyone who would like to head this, following these tracks and kind of trying to discern more information about them.
I'm technically not proficient.
You can still try.
All right.
You-
Okay, well.
Okay. As you guys go kind of
I
trying
lied, I am proficient.
that does make
Plus
sense.
7.
I was like,
yeah.
where's the survival on my page? And I don't know why it wouldn't let me scroll, but I had to click into it again
Nice.
to scroll down to see the one little tiny thing that I couldn't see before.
Yeah. We're all,
Okay.
what? Running into each other.
So you guys can tell there are tracks and looks to be like many people, probably roughly a day old, maybe.
So he just got home. Maybe.
I mean, you guys got into town yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't
and
we
you spent the
get
night,
in town
So-
like
and it's now currently
yesterday
half a day.
evening.
It was like mid-afternoon, evening, yeah. So like they're at that's what I'm saying. It's like they're at most a day old. They're probably less. They're relatively fresh, is what I was trying to get at.
Gotcha.
In
Sorry.
less than 24 hours, we have come to town, and in this collapse, somebody tried to kidnap us. Somebody did kidnap Barnacle, and we found a bunch of weird goings on at the temple. Slaughter half the temple in the process of escaping. And now we find out that Ralph's been taken as well. The reason we came here in the first place.
Ina, something that you discover looking at it a little bit more than the other people is there's at least 8 people, all look to be carrying some stuff, and what looks to be at least 2 adults and someone of smaller size being like dragged away.
Mm.
Ah,
Well,
shit.
The tracks lead kind of up towards the vineyard and kind of towards where the swamp is, north.
Okay, well, we're gonna follow the tracks, I guess.
All right.
Guess we're still going to the swamp.
As you follow the track, they do like kind of go like up and into the vineyard, kind of between some of the rows. You can see signs of now that you're kind of closer within some of the little grapevines have kind of been damaged a little bit as people have gone through. The tracks that you do see with your high roll, you do recognize the kind of inhuman tracks to be those of troglodytes and what looks to be at least one lizard folk.
Oh, lizard folk. Okay. Sorry. My ears don't work.
Yep. The tracks do kind of go cleanly through the vineyard, but as you get kind of to the edge of the swamp, they kind of disperse as it looks like they went through some of the little water pools that make up the swamp. So you lose your direct line of tracks immediately as you reach kind of the swamp's edge. But they do very clearly go deeper into the swamp. What are you guys doing?
Well, I assume we're still following the tracks, but correct me. Or we're still heading in the directions that the tracks were going if we've lost the tracks.
Yes. Let's go. Maybe
Yep,
we can
I
catch
guess
them.
we're going back in the swamp.
Alrighty. As you guys head deeper into the swamp off the beaten trail, real quick question: who are taking the other two healing potions?
Ina might take one.
So we found these potions. They belong to Ralph. So we figured we'd bring them just in case we find them. Maybe they need them. So Barnacle had taken one.
Alrighty. Ina, you said you were probably going to take one. Zed or Merritt, would either of you guys take one?
If nobody else
no.
is taking one, Merritt would, but Zed was there first, so if he took one before Merritt,
No,
did,
no,
I'm not upset about
I
it.
figured the priest would just hold on to them. We could, because they're not for us. For me, at least, I don't plan to use it except to help Ralph when we find him if he needs it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them back to him if we find him.
Merritt will take the other one then.
Alrighty. Should be able to just grab it from the party sheet, and as I clear off some of my stuff. Alright, you guys are able to head into the Spiked Shroom Swamp. As you are making your way, I'm going to... Who is heading your kind of travels into the swamp? Who is trying to look for tracks and keep a general direction about where you guys are going?
I think Ina should do that.
Yeah. I agree. I
Alrighty.
agree.
In that case, Ina, if you could give me a survival check. Alrighty. And while she's kind of keeping that idea, eye out for tracks and kind of helping navigate you guys through the swamp, what are the rest of you guys doing? Are you guys just keeping an eye out? Are you trying to help make your path easier for Ina to kind of navigate through? Are you guys focusing on anything you guys have on hand?
Merritt's trying to keep an ear out, and maybe an eye out too for like signs that anybody's like following us. I can't guarantee he'd be good at it, but he's trying.
And Barnacle will be close to or directly behind Ina with his crossbow out. I'm also watching the weather, trying to keep a gauge on what's happening with the weather.
Okay. And Zed?
I'm just gonna follow along with the group and wait to see where Ina leads.
Kind of
Okay.
swamp is this? Is it heavily wooded? Is it no trees at all?
It is heavily wooded with lots of areas of water. And part of what makes this swamp a little special is that you also have these like giant tree-sized mushrooms as well, kind of grow throughout the swamp.
Okay.
Yeah, and possibly some other stuff as you traverse. Real quick, as you guys are looking through, I'm gonna have you three give me some perception checks, as well as Barnacle, if you could give me a nature check. Alrighty. You guys are navigating through. Barnacle, you're keeping an eye on both the weather and then trying to keep an eye out. Best you can tell, the weather looks clear. You know, a little bit cloudy, but relatively clear. Not rain or anything, but other than that, you guys are keeping eyes out as Ina is kind of expertly trying to track the pursuers. Ina's able to pick up on some tracks and signs of traversal through the swamp that aren't immediately relevant. Stuff that most people would miss or not associate to the same creatures or would think are totally unrelated or possibly have been there a long time. She's able to find even the most obscure of tracks.
Oh,
She got a natural 20 on her check for a total of
Wow.
27.
Yeah.
Um,
she is
Nice.
not losing these guys.
nope. So even while it is extremely difficult to keep track of this, of these people who have gone into the swamp, you're still able to keep up and follow them, though you are unsure how far behind you are. But you are able to find these tracks that are, to you, seem to be plain as day. Kind of telegraphing that what directions they seem to be going in and kind of navigating between. Yeah.
By the way, this is off topic, but I forgot to ask while we were there. Was there like any like family portrait in Ralph's house, or like, like a child's drawing, so that we can like at the very least like know like hair colors, like vaguely what people look like.
There would have been a family portrait that would have been kind of like torn and kind of ripped up, leaving much of the stuff to be kind of hard to pick out. But there would have been some details that you would have picked up, like they all have kind of brown hair. If I remember correctly, my description of Ralph was that he was balding a little bit, with kind of a darker hair. though from what details you would have been able to pick out on said portrait, it looks like the wife would have had kind of lighter brown hair, and the child would have also had that kind of lighter brown hair, kind of that looks like being kind of pigtails, or not pigtails, but like two braids that kind of go down either side. That you were able to see more of the braids than you wore of the child's face. And then like the mother looks like they probably had their hair up in a bun. Usually, at least in the portrait, they had it up in a bun that you could tell. Hope that helped.
Okay. Yes. I'm like, okay, if we come across random people in this swamp, would we be able to recognize them as his family? And the answer is probably.
If you squint. As you travel, as I get this little. As you start traveling, as the time kind of goes, like, starts to go on, 15 minutes in, turns into half hour, turns into an hour, turns into 2 hours, turns into 2.5 hours.
Is 3 hours next?
No way.
Turns into 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Turns 2
into,
hours and 59 minutes.
Turns into about 3 hours before you come across a kind of following tracks 3 hours kind of into the swamp. The kind of trail kind of snaking to kind of follow certain paths. You come across what looks to be kind of a cleared out area. It's a little raised a little bit in the swamp. It looks to be some possible ruins with what looks to be some tents in the distance. Give me a second as I pull up the map.
That seems intense.
As we get to this point, I will have everyone just give me some perception checks again as I set up the map. I'm still kind of setting up the map, but I'm going to real quick share what you guys can see. You guys are a little further back in the tree line, but that was just the easiest place to set you guys up. You should be, I'm going to unlock tokens. So if you want to rearrange where you guys are within that kind of like 3x3 area you are in, feel free.
No, that's perfect for me. Actually, I'll be right behind Ina. Now, are you just going to disappear the other two, or do you want one of us to run them, or what?
Actually, I'm going to leave that decision up to you guys. Do you guys want Phoenix and Soul to kind of be participating in the fight and have one or a couple of you guys control them? If it does break into a fight, you guys could totally ignore this if you really want to. I mean, I'm not. It's up to you guys what you guys interact with this with. Or they can just split off from the group while you guys were traveling, possibly following another avenue before they'll meet up with you guys again. I'll kind of leave it up to you guys. Do you want them here? Do you want them safe? Do you want their lives to be in your hands while they are not present?
Nowhere is safe.
I personally am good with them just being gone, but it's
Me
up
too.
to
I'm
you
okay with
as
that as well.
Yeah, I'm also okay with them being gone. I don't want them to die and them to come back and like, yeah, your character's dead.
Anyway, roll a new character.
Alrighty. In that case, they shall be gone.
nice neutral party map. Very cool.
Yeah, I actually really like this map. Right. All right. So off the bat, you guys can see that there's, looks to be a collection of, 5 tents and looks to be like a covering with some barrels. Over here, there's some looks to be like more of a covering that has a lot like supplies under it, and then the rest are tents here. You can see kind of sitting around a table, kind of in the center of camp, what looks to be 3 lizard folk, kind of resting, and that's kind of what you can see immediately.
I'm going to ask Ina again real quick. How many did you say you thought there were in the party? Based on the tracks?
If I was told, I was not paying attention.
I think you mentioned it,
Um,
but I don't remember either.
You thought there was at least 8, and looks like the majority of them were troglodytes, and there was at least one, maybe 2 lizard folk.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry.
And to be clear, it looks like the tracks like kind of lead into here, kind of up the steps and kind of towards the center, as best as you can tell. At least that's where your current tracking is leading to you. Yeah, you can see these kind of tents that are pitched up. If I set this up correctly, they should be, blocking some line of sight from where the kind of peak of the tent is. Um, and yeah, at the moment, you see what looks to be 3 lizard folk sitting around the center, around a table.
Can I do some kind of check to see what I know about lizard folk?
Sure, you can give me either a history or religion check.
Can I also do that? Oh,
Yep.
he got a 17,
I mean, you could also make the check if you would like.
Well, I didn't make anything, but I did roll it.
Yes. Real quick, something I've noticed: Merit and Zed, you should have inspiration because you guys were. Actually, Zed, you
I
should have
was not
inspiration
here on
because you
time.
were here on time. Merit was not on time.
I'm like, I was for sure 15 minutes late.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Yep, just in case you want to use it. Merit, you fought one before. Barnacle, from like a religious standpoint that most lizard folk, while they might worship different beings, they tend to always be almost uh, overly zealous uh, in their beliefs. And while not all lizard folk fall into this camp, a lot tend to fall into the questionable religions. Unfortunately.
So we have fought troglodytes, and it's clear from here that they're not troglodytes.
Yes, it's very clearly these are more lizard folk.
Okay.
They do tend to, because of their religious zealotry, in organizations that have some sort of religious or cult like structure, they tend to often place in like the middling ranks, above enough to like command some of the more weaker, simple-minded forces of whatever cult they find themselves a part of, but not necessarily the leaders of said cult. They do often have a tendency to follow what is the most immediate power they tend to find themselves in the presence of.
So they're like middle management.
Kinda. Turn my light real quick. You would also know that they also tend to have a chieftain, sometimes also like a shaman of some sort that would, tends to rise above the ranks of the common lizard folk.
Well, none of this is going to help us immediately in the fight, so I will just have my crossbow ready and look to Ina to give the signal to attack.
That's not the best of ideas.
All right. Well, as it looks like we're going to possibly be going this route, I'm going to have everyone give me initiative.
Do we want to take our break a little early, or do we want to do one round and then take a break?
I was also going to suggest before whatever happens that we take our break now, even though it is a little early.
Perfect.
I think it will be a perfect time to go now rather than to.
It works.
Yeah. Alrighty. In that case, we'll see you all back in about 10 minutes.
Alright, we are back for some more Crystal Heart campaign. Nick's campaign of awesomeness. We've come upon this party of lizard folk following trail of the people who have looks like they've captured or kidnapped or stolen Ralph Tid something Tid. Where's his name? Tybalt. Ralph Tybalt, the merchant we came to town with, and his family. So we came here looking for them. And I will turn it back over to Mr. Nick.
Alrighty. Well, as we come across this campsite, you guys see these three lizard folk that appear to be, talking, probably eating something around this table. Not, and they don't seem to notice you right off the bat as you guys are kind of on the edge of the mine.
The 10 or 11 feet of steps in front of us, how high? What's the difference between the lower step and the top step, height-wise?
Only about 5 feet. As you go, and kind of the rest of the ground around also kind of slopes up a little bit.
So I'm going to carefully walk forward and lay down and get braced with my crossbow. I'm being prone, ready to fire. So I look over my shoulder, waiting.
Yeah. What are the rest of you guys doing? As Barnell kind of approaches and kind of goes prone just at the, just on the top of the stairs, or using the stairs as partial cover there. What are the rest of you guys doing?
So the only three we can see are the ones that are around the campfire.
Yeah, they're around a table.
Excuse me.
They're all like sitting down in chairs.
Gotcha.
And here's the water that was redeemed in chat.
Nice.
I guess to go down the initiative order, Merritt, what are you doing?
I like Barnacle's idea. So I see that there's like some walls that are, you said that they're ruins though, so how high up do most of the walls go?
Maybe a max of 2 feet. You can easily see over them, or though, depending on where you're at, it might be difficult terrain to get over them.
Okay. Merritt's going to cautiously
I guess to actually go into
yeah, he's going to come up and like kind of like crouch down in this foliage. And I guess like ready in action with his
what foliage? Where exactly?
Like there.
Okay.
And he's just crouching down, holding his crossbow at the ready.
Okay.
Ready.
In that case, Zeed. What are you doing to kind of prepare as you see both Merritt and Barnacle kind of take positions, readying their respective crossbows.
I'm going to take slightly to the air, kind of try and skim the trees a little bit. See if I can't get eventually into position without them seeing me. Right about here. Might take a couple turns to go. I don't know. I'm 50. I've got 50, so I could dash to there if I'm careful. We do a stealth too.
Okay. If you want to get really close, you said you were flying. Roughly how high up did you want to be?
I will try and
Fine.
skim in between the trees, stay as low as possible, and try and go between trees to try and stay out of their line of sight. And
So you're thinking like around this way?
Right
like
there.
this?
Nope. Back, right, through, left a little. Other left.
Yep. Sorry.
There's a mark on there.
There's right.
I see your mark, but like, what directions are you going to get to there?
Like,
is what I'm trying to point out.
Right between those trees, kind of the clear patch there. I'm going to fly low to the ground-ish. Yeah, here, I'll do it. Second. Yeah, here. Where am I? Here. Kind of
Okay,
through there.
Okay, so kind of between a little bit of the ruins. Okay.
And then, up to here.
Okay.
So just kind of stay low, go between, and then land in the just behind these trees that are between me and them.
So that's not like a tree; it's kind of like some foliage overgrown, a like
That's fine.
ruined wall.
Whatever is there, I'll try and use, and I'll, if I need to drop a little sooner.
Like 2 feet high.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and be an inconspicuously large bird down,
You
hiding
can
in the
certainly do that. I am going to need a stealth check.
Damn.
Finally.
Damn. Yeah, you're able to stealthily kind of wings out but low to the ground as you're kind of crouching, very silently fluttering above the ground, like your chest almost to the ground as you're like slowly almost floating through these ruins to position, just crouched behind this little almost half wall, getting into position. Yeah, now it's a really good roll. And I will bring Barnacle, I guess, is there anything to add beyond what you've already were readying as you've noticed your companions moving? You're kind of going to be next.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Barnacle, was there anything to
Well, I'll
add
hold
for
my
your kind of
action,
readying?
ready my action, and once Ina gets in position, I'll shoot.
Alrighty. Ina, what are you doing? Did you want to summon your wildfire spirits or anything? I believe you have another use of that today.
I believe I do as well.
If I remember correctly, it uses up one of your wild shapes, and you did take a short rest, so you should have that back.
Oh, really? Do you get wild shapes back on short rest?
I'm pretty sure that is the case. Yes, you get it back on a short or long rest.
Okay, then I have 2 charges. I don't think I'll summon the wildfire spirit yet. I'll probably cast Shillelagh first for my quarterstaff. The biggest reason being that she can summon it right next to the lizard folk, and they'll have to do a dex check or take damage, so. And she's gonna move up and then summon it when she's within range of being. So,
I will allow, since Shillelagh is a simple spell, and this is kind of like a prep round where it's, kind of in initiative order, but kind of not. If you wanted to do Shillelagh and then Wildfire Spirit to kind of kick off proper combat, you can do that this round.
Also depends on how she does it.
I will allow you to do.
Is it like He-Man or Shillelagh?
No.
Rings throughout the swamp.
She's
Like
very
those.
quiet. She doesn't talk very much.
Except
3,
for when she
4,
casts Shillelagh.
5, 6. Right there.
So you're just going to go kind of like straight in. There's not really much between where you are and where the lizard foe is. There's pretty much nothing between you
Hmm.
as you are just walking directly towards them. Um, is that what you want to do?
Yes, and I am also going to summon my wildfire spirit right on the table that they're around.
Okay, so
If
yeah.
Whatever card game they were playing or something, whatever they were doing on that table, it's over now. It's finished.
Okay, so Ina is charging in,
That
kind
will
of
trigger.
shillelaghing, and then summoning her wildfire spirit, which will end up kicking off everyone else's readied actions. But let's first do the
Why is it
wildfire
doubles?
spirit summoning.
Disadvantage.
um,
Oh, because D&D is stupid. If I'm
I
prone,
can
I
show
have
this.
disadvantage. I think maybe. I don't know. Let me
You
look.
do what?
It's they have to succeed on a dexterity saving throw against your spell save DC or take
Uh,
2d6 fire damage. I don't know
okay,
if I have it
that I
coded.
believe is coded within your wildfire spirit.
Oh right, I'm looking in the wrong place. It's fine, don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
that's all right. If you just want to click on your wildfire spirit, target all of them, and then put the save on them. I personally, I think it's stupid that you have disadvantage to shoot from prone position, especially with a crossbow like this. So I'm going to say Barnacle re-roll that and just click advantage to the counter effect the disadvantage. Because I think that's stupid. And I'm going to make a call to say you don't have disadvantage.
I mean,
Okay.
I mean, you're physically prone by definition, but in D&D terms, you shouldn't be prone in the sense of uh,
Being unwillingly
out. You know,
prone.
been on. Yeah, exactly. It
Yeah.
seems a little different.
Yeah.
The creature has
Laying down.
disadvantage on attack rolls. That's weird. I thought it was because I know I have. I appreciate what you're saying. I'm just saying for my own clarification as well. Um, it's where is it? Here it is. The attack roll against creature has advantage if he's within 5 feet. Otherwise, the attack roll has disadvantage. And I thought it was similar when I attacked. If I'm using a ranged, well, I guess if a bow, you couldn't really use a bow from prone with advantage.
Yeah, but this is a crossbow, so you're good.
Cool.
So,
well, I appreciate it. All right. So I rolled. Whoa! All this stuff happened in the chat while I wasn't looking. Here it is. So it dropped to 19. All right. So cool. Oh, do you want me to re-roll it? You said. All right. So let me.
Yeah,
roll
just re-roll it and click advantage
so I don't get disadvantage.
Yeah. And then Zed and Merit, if you also wanted to, or
Almost exact same thing I rolled last time. Cool.
nice.
So.
Yeah. Merit,
And
you were also
as-
holding a crossbow.
Yeah, Barnacle attacking sets off my ready to action because I specified when a party member attacks. So he's going to go ahead and shoot.
Brave Chortle. Yep.
Bro, it looked like an 18, but okay.
Too many ruins. The ruins ruined your shot.
Yeah, unfortunately, like as you're aiming from your safe distance, you fire and it like skids off one of the walls near Z, so it almost like freaks out Z for a second as this crossbow ball just kind of hits the wall right next to you.
You may not have expected a fire
I
show.
will turn around and give a very stern glance in the general direction of where that came from.
You can like barely
Consternated
see me.
stare.
Like the eagle from the Muppets.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I am Sam for a moment.
The eagle has landed. I repeat, the eagle has landed.
Z, what was your
I didn't have a
reaction, or
ready
was it?
action. I was waiting for people to start attacking, and then at some point I will jump I will hop over this, fly over this and land in the middle of the maelstrom. But I wanted to wait to see where things play out in the first round here. So I'm not going
These
to jump
guys
out.
all
Yeah.
are kind of surprised and are kind of scrambled for the weapons, but they don't do much else beyond stand up out of their chairs that they knock back half as they take this fire damage. One guy doing a crossbow bolt to the back as they kind of grab their various weapons that they had near them.
Cool.
So that was their turn. That brings us back down to Merritt. Zeed's on deck.
Well, now that Zeed's awake, Bear's going to try shooting at the same dude again. Bro, okay. I'm not shooting anymore. This sucks.
It goes like right next to the previous bolt that's like just a little further from Zeed, but still near him.
Oh yeah, no.
Good grouping.
Yeah, I mean, he's consistent.
Yeah.
Consistently bad, but and then Merritt gives up on that hiding place. And he's going to go ahead and can he like go over the wall right here to the north?
Yep, it will be difficult. You can either give me a acrobatics check or acrobatics or athletics check, or it'll be difficult terrain.
I'll just take the difficult terrain.
Alrighty. So yeah.
So he's trying to kind of skirt around and then like kind of duck a little bit behind the foliage. It's not the best hiding spot ever, but it's a hiding spot for sure.
Alrighty. That brings us to Zeed, still hidden behind the half cover despite being almost shut out by an ally twice.
After rolling my eyes, I just decide, fuck it, and then jump up in the air, fly over the top. I fly up about 25 or 30 feet, trying to avoid being seen, but doesn't really matter. When I come down, what I'd like to do is actually literally come down on top of this guy, the back
Alrighty.
one, and do a grapple.
Okay, give me this is going to be a contested athletics check. He does have an option of acrobatics on his end. This is missing ears. He's going to take athletics. I will say you have advantage on that check, actually, because you were hidden and surprising him.
Wow.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay. Admittedly, you just got to be a 12.
There we go.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Dirty 20.
So you're able to come up and over the top and kind of grapple him to the ground.
Can I use my monk skill to talon him now? The secondary
Yes.
attack?
I would a grapple / shove is kind of considered an attack, so you're able to use your so it does count for your bonus action attack, martial arts. Real quick, you have advantage on this because he is grappled, I believe. I just haven't put the effect on him just yet.
Damn, I'm having a horrible time with my advantage.
Oh no.
All right, fine. Well, he's grappled at least.
Yep. And as I'll say, as a part of you kind of like coming up from above and kind of landing on him to grapple him to the ground, I'll say he's also prone.
Cool.
So you're kind of holding him to the ground, and you try to punch him, but you don't quite connect properly as you're focused on more holding him to the ground.
All right.
That brings us to Barnacle.
All right, so I'm going to, for those of you who haven't been paying attention, I have a double crossbow, which are basically
Yes.
two things stacked one above each other. So fire the first one, lower it a little bit, fire the second one. Because a heavy crossbow does take a long one.
Nice.
Forgot to hit advantage. Would have been a crit. All right.
Yeah, it would
so
have been a
slam
crit.
attack. 1. All right. So I will then place it down in front of me. Tap my movement to sort of roll and stand up. And then... Oh, hold on. I keep forgetting I'm a short guy. Let me see what my movement is. 25. Alright, so I can go 10 feet. And then... I'm going to... there's only 3 of them. I'm going to go ahead and take out my net. But... just because that's a pain in the butt, so I'm going to hold on it. Don't think I'll use it unless we see more of them show up, but I'll have it ready.
All right. Speaking of more people, you see coming out of this tent right here, what looks to be a that image is not apparently not a usable image. But you see what looks to be a scaled humanoid figure with almost with a snake-like head with a neck that seems to almost extend a little bit, kind of emerging from the tent. It looks like he has a scimitar to his side and a short bow kind of in hand with some arrows on his back as he emerges.
So just to clarify, he does have 2 legs.
Yes, he does have 2 legs and 2 arms, all kind of scaled, with kind of a head of a snake serpent type person, serpent folk person. As he's looking around, sees Zed immediately to his left, or relatively to his left. He's going to... I was going to try and shoot some birds out of the sky. As he takes his short bow, notches an arrow, and fires at Zed. Followed quickly by a second arrow. Both of which just miss as Z kind of rolls with his grappling targets, dodging the arrows. And that's that guy's turn, bringing us to Ina.
Zed's been missing a lot of stuff flying at him, hasn't he?
Oh, I probably actually could just check. I was going to ask you if I am allowed to ask the wildfire spirit to both disengage and move, but I am not sure.
Yes, you can direct its movement, and you can basically say, "Hey, move safely away." Just use your action to disengage.
Mm-hmm. Okay, makes sense. Well, I guess it's not really the wildfire spirit's turn yet.
The wildfire spirit goes immediately after you.
Yeah.
As long as you use a bonus action to give it a direction.
Mm-hmm. Well, that big guy is kind of scary. I'm a little scared. But Ina's not.
A fire spirit, in case anyone doesn't remember what they look like exactly.
Or needs to be reminded of how cute they are.
Yeah. Adorable little fire spirit.
I'm scared. Ina's not. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I don't think I cast Shillelagh on.
You did click it. Well, I don't think you clicked it, but you did say you
it.
cast it, so you can just click it now.
Okay, cool. Let's attack. Yes. Ouch. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, this one
And
kind of notices you running, having been shot in the back, so he's keeping an eye that way, and kind of brings up his shield to block your stick.
very rude. I guess that's her turn because she used her bonus action and everything. The
Okay, before
wildfire
you click pass, what were you directing your wildfire spirit to do again?
to disengage and to just move this way a little bit. Just a
Okay.
little bit.
They do have a speed of 30 feet, and they can actually fly, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted them to move up or down, they can do that.
No, that's okay.
Okay, all
Um,
right.
yeah. Yes, Ian has less dex than the wildfire spirit, so they usually are on the combat tracker first. It's fine.
All right, this guy, who does not have a shield but has some javelins on him, going to assess the damage. And he's going to skip forward, be right next to you, Ina, and stab at you with a javelin.
Don't do that.
Uh, he misses, but he's going to take a bite at you.
Rude.
He does manage to catch a kind of bite off of your upper arm as you're kind of deflecting his javelin on your offside, dealing a little bit of damage. And you see he takes a little chunk out of you, bringing us to top around with the other guy who you just blocked your attack. He's gonna try and slice at you with his scimitar. Misses, and he's gonna try and stab you with his spiked shield. Also misses, as you are easily defending that side. Just with see a weapon coming, you just give it a heavy blow with your staff, just deflecting it, jarring their strikes away from you. This guy is grappled and prone by Zed, and he's going to attempt to break free. Zed, if you would like to give me an athletics check, as this guy also attempts to break out of your grasp.
Do I have advantage, or does he have disadvantage?
It's going to be a straight roll either way at this point. Here, I can push the check to you. Oh, you already rolled it. Oh, wait, no, that was me. Sorry. No, but you hold him heavily in place with your good 20 on your roll. As you just keep holding him down as he's struggling to break free. That's his turn.
He wants to break free.
That guy had a shield and a javelin, but can't quite break free. Merit. Over here, kind of hiding next to the tree.
Well, range attacks have not been working out for him, so... Can I move that 10 feet so I can see more? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Blizzard Folk by Zed, missing ears, is currently kind of prone and grappled by Zed. There's this little serpent folk looking fella who's standing by the tent, and then there's the two other lizard folk that are breaking on here. That's going to be some difficult terrain. Over the.
I would like to try to make the ability check for that one.
Okay. Acrobatics or athletics?
Same. Okay, let's see.
It was a DC 10, unfortunately. So while you don't fall
I
prone or
don't know
anything,
what
it
it
does
was.
still. Sorry, it was
I
into
threw
the
it in
tower.
the tower.
You got a 9.
Well, he.
Um,
Oh, well,
so it does. I believe you moved.
that was 25 feet of movement to
Okay.
get to where he is. It was 25 feet of movement.
I'm going to say you're just on the other side of this. Unfortunately, as you like try to kind of hop it, you kind of like hit your knee on the top of the thing, so you like kind of unfortunately like rather than topple forward, you like land back to like catch yourself on your feet, but you're like, oh, damn, my knee.
Okay. In that case, if he's on this side of the wall, um, he's swearing loudly, but I don't know if you guys speak that language, so it's definitely swear stuff.
Let me know.
And
He texted me about it.
he's still got his
said
crossbow.
so let you know.
So he's going to go ahead and try to take a
No,
shot
he's gonna come
at
give me
this lizard folk right here.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
I guess he just needed to not have foliage in the way. And then I'd like for him to like start like putting his crossbow back so I don't have to drop it on the ground next turn. Is that
Okay. Yep, you can do
I
that.
can do? Cool.
Yeah, you still have your free action to put that away. The guy you just shot, you kind of catch him like just in the space that's like right between like the shoulder and like the neck, right at the base
Ooh,
there.
yeah.
As he's distracted with
That's
Ina
nice.
and like putting a hand directly through that as he's like choking, starting to he's not looking too good. But that does bring us to Zeed as you are continuing to pin this other lizard folk of your own.
All right, so I'm gonna hit him. Yeah, just use my talons.
Yeah, you can make 2 talon attacks.
I'm actually gonna use my flurry of blows to my main attack with the talons, and then 2 additional attacks as a flurry of blows with a key point.
One might
Alrighty.
say that you're talented with them.
Yeah.
Ow, 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 ow. Oh, sorry, I have a cramp in my toe suddenly.
Ooh.
That's a rough
Oh no.
place to get a cramp.
All right. And keep playing. It blows. Damn it. I wasted a key point.
Well, you could still have your movement, and you could move and make your last attack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I do not believe it says anywhere that the flurry of blows has to all be on the same target.
No.
Good point.
So, yeah, you just slash, kind of both sides of the face as he's just, quickly felling this fella before you move on to bigger fish or snakes.
Sad thing.
I scratch him.
Reenacting the Mexican flag. The eagle grabbing the snake.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nice.
That brings us to Barnacle,
All right.
which you are no longer prone. So I'm going to take that
I
off
forgot
you.
to take it off. Sorry. Thank you. And
No, totally all right.
so I was getting ready to cast a spell on Ina, but she hasn't been hit, so she doesn't need more protection. So I'm just going to draw out my rapier. Move up 25 feet. And this Vigorous looks pretty healthy, so I'm going to try to use my barbed net on him. Here is the what it says. Inflicts 1d3 piercing damage as well every time he tries to make a check to free itself.
Alrighty.
Um,
And it restrains them or grapples them? Free the restrained target, so it looks like restrains.
Yep. They
Right?
become
If you want
restrained.
like to.
And the question I have is, it says another creature can attempt to free the restrained target without inflicting damage. Can another creature just grab the net and yank on it to cause damage?
I would say that is definitely a viable option.
It's only 1d3, but so. Alright, I
Yeah.
was just curious. Okay, so speaking of 1d3, boink.
Nice.
Nice.
3 out of 3 damage.
Max damage, and then
Do you have the effects with that, or
yes, this is also has the barb net has the natstorial property, just in case anybody was wondering. So I'll go ahead and add that to him here while I move along. Misk. Barb net, here it is. So if he goes to free himself, I also have that coded as well.
alrighty?
Why would somebody wrapped up in a net try to free themselves?
Zed, as you are facing off with this serpent folk, he kind of looks into you in the eye, and his head kind of like starts to weave back and forth. The eyes almost seem to have a hypnotic look to them as he speaks out. I was like, "Go fly, why don't you?" I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw. DC 12. I will actually push that to you because I have that right here. Oop. Zed,
I'm sorry. Click.
there we go. Success. You are not affected by the serpent folk's suggestion to take a fly. As he sees, like, as he kind of says this and sees that you aren't affected, he kind of like grimaces and just blah, blah, yeah. He kind of grimaces as he kind of readies himself for attacks as he kind of shoulders his short bow, kind of readying himself to draw his scimitar. That's his turn. Ina.
Okay, well, I do have my work cut out for me, don't I? I think first she's going to try to hit this guy. With her stick. Hopefully it works this time. We will see though. I
With your
buried her
stick.
stick. Attack. I hit this time.
You
Woo.
bonk him.
I smack.
You bonk him real
Dunk
good.
him real good.
Oh boy.
The head kind of caves in with the bonk.
Did not need much help with that. Okay. She's also going to have the wildfire spirit. Wait. Range of 60 feet. That's awesome. She's going to direct the wildfire spirit to cast flame seed or use flame seed at the serpent folk. Yeah. Should I just do that now?
Yeah.
Because
I mean, it goes right after
the
you.
rest of her turn, I believe.
Yeah.
She's not
Unless you were moving or anything, Ina, you can just have your wildfire spirit do that real quick.
Oh, could have been. Okay, it's fine. It hit. It's fine.
Yeah.
Wow, max damage.
Yeah.
Do a little
Some of
fire.
the
Hit him in the eye.
that armor that this guy is wearing kind of smolders as you kind of burn into his side with this little seed that you launch at him.
You've been attacked by the cutie. Okay.
You've been hit by. You've been struck by a wildfire spirit.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure where I was going with that.
All right, this guy is restrained, so of course he's going to try and break himself out. If you want to roll that barnacle, and what's the DC for him?
10.
Okay.
It's pretty easy, but it does burn it. I mean, burn it. It does hurt him.
Yeah.
So he
Yep,
succeeded.
he succeeded, so he's able to shrug that off. Kind of kicking it to the side.
Nice. Nice damage again.
Yeah. I'll restrain him. I do not believe it knocked him prone or anything.
No.
I do not believe. I think he's going to keep where he is, regardless, as he's kind of facing off with you and Ina, Barnacle. That brings us to Merritt. Zeed's on deck.
Mm-hmm.
Merritt, what you got?
Merritt's gonna carefully climb over this wall. Taking the difficult terrain this time. And as he gets there, he's going to grab his spear. That's his spear now. And try to... Actually, he's going to get there so that there's flanking.
Yep, you got a +4 with between you, Barnacle, and Ina.
And then he's gonna try to spear this dude. Oh, I didn't target it. Hold up.
Well, that does hit.
There we go.
Oh, look, I've been impaled.
And it did some dabblage.
Dabblage. Oh, were you not two-handing the spear?
Is that a thing I can do?
Yeah, you can. Spears are versatile, so you could two-hand it for a D8 damage instead of the D6.
Huh. Didn't know that.
Yeah, something to keep in mind for the future. Hopefully it's actually coded properly so that it will do that. Because sometimes when I add the spear in, if I didn't add the correct variation of the spear, it will not do that for some reason.
Yeah, if you click the hand on the action page,
I see it.
It should, in theory, change when you hit says 2.
I know some items have some, should have the ability, but for whatever reason just doesn't automatically calculate it for some reason. I don't know. That's just been my experience in the past, but hopefully it does for you. Regardless, you have poked him. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Nope, I already passed it.
Oh, didn't realize that. Nope. Yep, we're on Z.
And I will take my quarterstaff and yo, haha, card turn spin and smack him in the head. Or not.
You at least
Now I'll
tried
use my
to.
monk action to talent swipe at him, and boy,
Oh, you're
I
going full
suck.
Daffy Duck here.
You.
As my bill flips up into my face, my beak rather, and it takes me a second to push it back into place.
Barnacle.
All right, so I'm going to. Got 3 of us on this guy. I'm actually going to try that again. I'm going to sort of shake it out a little bit. Get the little scales and lizard bits off it for a couple seconds, and then try it again. See if I can't.
At the very least, it's a very good distraction.
Again, why is there 2?
Did
Is he still
the
restrained?
Nope, the restraint did not come off of him.
He is restrained. Okay.
I removed the restraint.
So I dropped 5, which would have.
I'll just say reroll it.
I'm failing at life. I'm trying to update my barbed net, so I didn't do it. Yeah, it hits. Alright, so once again
He shrugs it off so that you then pick it up and throw it back on him.
restrained. Well, he has to rip it off. Rip all these little nets, little hooks and stuff in it, ripping at his skin as I do not as much damage, but that's okay. And then I'm going to now I'm going to apply it again. Boink. All right. So
Okay,
I don't know
this
if
guy.
you're envisioning the same thing, but I've seen actual nets that fishermen throw that spread out and stuff, and they have it wrapped around their wrist basically, so they can pull it back in. So I see this, and it also has a range of 15 feet, so I can throw this thing up to 15 feet. Always let go if I want to, but I see that he has a line in my mind, as he has a line attached to it, so he can always pull it back if he needs to.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense to me, especially as you were a fisherman. So
Yes.
that's probably where you got the net.
Yep.
Meanwhile, this guy,
Hey man, he's really good at hooking like scaled things with that net.
he's not liking how this is going. Zeed, you get an attack of opportunity as he starts to move away from you.
I will take advantage. All right.
Yeah, get him.
Get over here. Where are you going?
You whack him heavily again across the back as he flees into the surrounding swamp. That brings us to Ina. You have this guy who has this net around him. He's not looking good. He's bleeding from various bits from the first time he shrugged this off, and being stabbed by your friend and probably being whacked by you. He's just not doing so good. He's barely he's swaying on his feet. Definitely in that you hear like vaguely in the back of your mind, finish him, as he's almost stunned in front of you.
Yeah, no, she's probably gonna try to put him out of his misery. Let's see if she succeeds. Why did I roll 2?
Because he's
He's
restrained,
restrained.
and
Oh,
he actually is
yeah,
restrained. So.
no, goodbye.
Yeah. You also technically had a +4 to hit, so yeah. Bonk. Deadly bonk. As this guy
Okay.
falls prone or dead.
Alright. I will admit once again I wasn't paying attention to where the big guy went.
He fled that way.
Okay, well, she's gonna move down here and see if she can see where he went.
Trying to get rid of it. Sorry. They're finding cheese.
Oh, wait, is this whole thing a wall? I went the wrong way.
So the tents kind of obscure vision. And yeah, this tent is just kind of in the way.
That's 25. That's 30.
Yes.
Awesome. I don't see him. Just lame. I'll just let the wild. Sorry, I had to sneeze. I'll just let the wildfire spirit dodge.
Okay. That brings us to Merritt. You watched as the guy fled into the swamp brush. I guess question to Merritt, and then just to the greater group: are you guys going to pursue the guy who fled?
If we can see him, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot.
All right, Merritt, where are you moving to?
Merritt is going. I can't tell if that is clear space. Can you move me so I can see?
Nope. Yes.
20. And he's moving 30 feet, looking for the lizard folk.
Serpent folk.
Serpent folk,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Actually, fuck it. He's gonna dash. Because otherwise I'm just wasting my action. So, he's taking the... I can't tell if that is, a wall or not.
Is there? Actually, there is not a wall just below you.
Nice. So he's going to run there. Looking for the, serpent folk.
Yep. Zed.
All right, I'm gonna. Which way did he go from where I'm at? I mean,
He
You have to-
it went
Yes.
from here, and then he went that way before you kind of
Oh.
lost sight of him.
I'm gonna take to the air, try and fly over. So I've got 50 feet of movement, so I'll just fly over and see if I
Okay.
can see him.
Puts you about there.
Don't forget you can hold Alt, use your mouse wheel to indicate your height.
Yeah. Roughly how high are you flying?
High enough that I can be above the tree and see, so I can see in as much area around as I can.
Okay, so about 20 feet.
Sure.
All right, I will say, give me a perception check. As I pushed it to you. Yeah, you do not, from your current vantage point, spot him, even though as you're looking down through the trees.
I will go a little bit further, dashing.
Okay, as you kind of go to the edge of the map, we say you kind of you go further that direction. I'll say give me just another check as you start covering more ground. And you haven't quite spotted him just yet, but that will probably take you to the end of your
I
turn.
will finish whatever movement I got left. That's as far as I'm going.
Okay. Yeah. We'll say you continue moving in the direction you were to go off the map. It's just they won't allow you
Oh,
to move off the map.
gotcha. I didn't realize that was the end of the map. Okay,
Yeah. No, that, yeah.
cool.
So, yeah, you keep moving that direction and are looking, but you do not spot them immediately. That's it. Brings us to Barnacle. So
Right,
you
so I'm
move
gonna
around the tents.
undo the net because around my wrist. I don't want to take the time to untangle the hooks from this guy, so I'll just leave the net.
Alrighty.
Pretty soon, but in the fight, I won't have any weapons left. I didn't realize, couldn't see Ina was there, so I will be. I can actually go through her square, but I can't end it in the square with her, and I don't have any more feet, so I'm going to keep going.
Okay.
I'll just go straight that way.
Okay. Able to.
Following Zed, looking for this
Right.
enemy.
Oh. Give me a quick perception check.
Like a snake in the grass.
While you are pretty sure you can hear rustling somewhere in the distance, kind of ahead of you to the northwest-ish direction.
Okay.
You do not see anything immediately.
Alright, I'm going to motion to Ina. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to grab her attention, wave my hand, and point in a direction that I think I hear him from. As I end my turn.
Ina, are you gonna? You see Barnacle kind of motion to you. Are you gonna pursue?
Yes.
I pointed that
Oh,
way.
he pointed in that direction. Thank you for giving me an arrow. Yeah, sure. I'll run after them. Yeah. This is fine. You know what? I'm gonna go like this. Can I fit through there? I don't know.
Give me a little acrobatics or athletics check. Your choice, because there's some wall kind of in the way, and either you succeed or it's difficult terrain. And you succeeded, so yeah, you're good. You just easily step over it.
Do I? Let's go there for now. And
Yep.
then, do I hear the serpent too, or no?
Yes, though it sounds like it's now more north of you now. You hear some rustling, though you don't immediately see anything, and it seems to be north of you.
Okay, well then she'll go like this. She'll use her action to dash. And that's, I think that's only 30, but I could be wrong.
That was 30, though you did some kind of weird bops. Are you ordering your wildfire spirit to do anything with your bonus action?
I might have it float after me. There we go.
And as pride does not worry about
Oh,
the
that is
terrain.
a wall. I did not realize. I'm sorry.
That brings us to
It can fly.
it can fly, so it can just hover over
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That brings us back to Merit. You realize that your allies seem to be going in a slightly different direction than you are.
And I can see none of them. So,
But you hear them kind of more north of you um, as you move around the tree to kind of by them. You see Barnacle, who's looking in the like looking away from you.
there's 30 feet of movement. And Merritt's going to dash and keep going into to the west.
You're just going to go directly west.
West, and then like basically like west northwest. So like
So this direction
so
or
like two to the left,
this
one up,
direction.
two to the left, one up.
Okay,
Basically.
so I'll put you roughly there. You go further that way, but can't really take you off the map for how this is apparently set up. Okay, so you go another like 30 feet that way into the
Yeah.
direction of the map.
And that is his turn.
Okay. Oop. All right, I clicked the button at the same time as you did. Zeed.
So
As you have not quite spot your prey, I'm going to have you make a quick perception check. Glancing back, you do notice that it looks like, well, you're like a movement away off the map. You like look back and you see Ina more heading relatively north compared to your direction of west.
all right, we'll head up that way. I'm gonna go up another 10 feet so I can get a little bit of vantage point, but I'm going about there.
Okay. I'd say with your movement, you were able to pursue and get up to about 30 feet since you get over to where they are. You make me a perception check now that you're in the area. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear that anything keeps your eye, but all you notice is that Ina appears to be, listening out for something in the area, but you don't hear or see anything immediate. Unfortunately.
Right, I'm gonna as my dash action, I'm gonna go all the way back down to the ground.
Okay.
No. Then look and hear from there.
Okay. Whoosh, lands in a really cool position. You look up, Tina, you look around, and ooh, that's a shiny rock. Yeah, you find a shiny rock.
Wow.
Yeah. Barnacle.
Alright, so I can easily see her as she does her quick, sharp turn. So I'm going to run over here. I see them both. I'm going to actually go another 25 feet. I'm going to go up to here and see what I can see or hear.
Okay, give me a perception check.
I should have used my inspiration.
Have you guys feel like
Hammond,
just turned into a game of
you could probably
battleship?
You could probably still use it.
Okay. So I will try to wave real quick. See if Z. I don't even know if Ina can see me, but I have my rapier out, so I'm going to wave it around and then move up into this bush. See if I can see or hear it. My last 5 feet.
Mhm.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just trying to grab their attention because I don't know. Maybe it can't see me until. So doesn't make sense, but hey.
As you step up kind of into the bush to kind of get a little closer, you can see kind of just through the foliage the serpent folk as he's kind of hiding there, kind of looking out, and you guys just lock eyes as he whispers a word to you, and I need you to give me a wisdom save DC 12.
Oh, sorry. I
Oh,
didn't know you.
that works too. Yeah, nope. And you resist his magic as he grimaces. You aren't exactly within 5 feet. There's, still a little space there. As he growls and then starts sprinting eastward.
Okay.
I don't know if you can spot him at the moment.
So I will.
Yeah, there we go.
I will call out. Over here. Over here. That way.
And you all hear like the rustle as he starts moving more faster to get away. Get some distance. That brings us to Ina. While you don't necessarily see anything roughly, you do hear the sound of movement and the hearing of Barnacle call out as this guy is running running eastward, just away from you.
Okay, can I catch him? Yes, I can.
As you sprint,
Nice.
And I'll have the wildfire spirit move a little bit closer to you.
okay.
1 second, I'm having trouble seeing the wildfire spirit. I'm trying to swap to them, but it's not working. It's fine.
Just like off click from your character and then click on the other one.
Alright.
As you figure out where he's going to move exactly, we're going to move to Merit.
Okay, what direction is Barnacle in?
So at the moment, due to where you were last moving, you're roughly
I'm like
here,
probably around there, yeah.
here, and he is that way.
Wait, can I have the wildfire spirit to attack since it didn't need to move more than...
Yes, you actually could. I didn't realize you were going to be within range as
Wahaha.
or did you want to be? Sorry, I think you wanted it there.
I think it's a ranged attack, so...
I believe it is too. So, yeah.
Can I...
So unfortunately, it won't let me like push you there because it's off the map. That's about
Being there is like 20 feet of movement.
that's like 20 feet to get to there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So move off that assumption.
Ina, are you done with your stuff? I don't want to like talk over you.
Yes. Sorry, I was just
Okay.
attacking and dealing damage because I hit.
Dealing damage.
Nice.
So there is 30 feet of movement. I'm just gonna move there and see what he can see. Okay, technically I can see the serpent folk, but it probably would not be there. Probably
I
would
would
not
give.
be super
I would
visible.
say you can see him, but he has 3/4 cover.
Yeah, I'd rather just keep running. So Merritt's going to action dash. He's been doing that for like 4 turns or something.
He's getting his cardio in.
I think we
Unfortunate.
are, to be honest.
Unfortunately, all this running is just like bringing even more attention to the fact that you like banged your knee against something just
Oh
earlier in the
yeah.
fight.
It's like sore and like he's trying really hard to
You're
like
getting sweaty.
yeah.
You have all these leaves sticking to you because you keep running through foliage. It is not a fun time.
He wishes the foliage would just leave him alone.
If only we had a
I
Yeah,
net
believe
there's a
we
stair.
could capture him in.
uh, I believe that brings us to Zeed, who, yeah, I think you can spot him from where you're at.
So, Step of the Wind says I can use a key point to take the dash action as a bonus action on my turn.
Yes. Takes a key point, and then you can use. You can take your movement as a bonus action as in addition. So you could, in theory, take your base movement, Step of the Wind, bonus action dash, and then action dash to move like 3 times your speed in a turn.
But if I wanted to still attack, if I use my regular action and use the bonus action as the Step of the Wind, I could still get a single attack in, right?
Yes. Yes, you could totally. That does work that way. It does not work the other way. Unfortunately, if you used your action to dash, you wouldn't be able to bonus action attack because martial arts, you have to use your action attack to bonus action attack.
Correct.
But yes, it works that way.
All right, before I do that, question. I'm 55 feet away from this guy, plus some upward movement. If I did a regular dash, could I attempt to land on him again? As a part of the whole movement thing and just action dash.
If you use the bonus action, using the bonus action dash and then trying to land on him, or just using an action dash.
Just using action dash.
If you wanted to try and like grapple him and kind of pin him to the ground, you would want a bonus action dash, and then your action would be to grapple him to the ground.
Either way, okay. Yeah. So I will do my Step of the Wind, bonus action dash thingy over to here, drop down, and whack-a-mole with this quarterstaff.
All right. If you wanted to go to here, you could get flanking.
Or actually, no, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do what I did before. I'm gonna land on top of him. Let's try and grapple. I like the grapple thing.
Okay. You still want to move here or here?
That where you did it is fine.
Okay. And I'm gonna give you as you kind of dive bomb him. You have make an athletics check with advantage as he attempts to not be stomped upon. Nope. Yeah, he gets stomped upon as you land on him and are able to grapple and kind of grapple him to the ground, knocking him prone.
Cool. And that's my turn.
Grappled, prone. Barnacle.
He's going to see the fire spirit burning its way through the swamp. So follow the smoke and then do a little pointiness to his face
Right, you have +4 and advantage. But that hits anyways.
Nice.
All right, roll damage.
Ooh, max. Okay.
Nice. He's you skewer him, but he's still kind of holding on. Hurt pretty bad, but fortunately, well, let's see. So as he's struggling, bleeding, he does have one more of this today. So he's going to kind of look up at Zeed, and he's going to say, "Fire away, you damn bird!" And I need you to make a another wisdom save, DC 12.
I know he's way meaner about it, but I'm just imagining that could have been reworded as "fly, you fool." Like Gandalf.
But you manage to resist as he's kind of struggling to get out. But that's his turn. He can't move. That was his action to try and get you to just go away rather than break free. That brings us to Ina.
So now I hear him speak. I'm gonna say, "Where's the family?" As I'm brandishing my rapier.
Oh, good job.
Cut out a bit, Sven. We heard, "Where's the fat?"
Where's the
I am
family?
family.
Where's the family? Is holding my rapier.
Where's the fam? No. Nope. Hear you loud and
Where's
clear.
Ralph?
Ina?
Well, she's going because Barnacle's like asking questions. She might hold her action until he either answers. Wait. She's holding her action until he attacks someone specifically. If he attacks or does anything else, like a suggestion or something like that, that can be considered hostile. If he does something other than speaking, she will hit him. Does that work?
Okay. Yep. Nope. I hear you. So you ready your action.
Um,
You can have your wildfire spirit do anything.
I'll have it also ready its action, but I don't think I have ready to action.
That's all right. We'll just remember for this point. If you want to try and code it real quick, feel free. But for now, we'll just leave it. Merit. You kind of see your friends starting to hold him down and hold their weapons at him, starting to try and question him. Actually, Barnacle, give me a intimidation check with advantage. As Merit saddles up.
It's like
Hey.
Not too shabby.
Hey. We got him good, didn't we, guys? As Merit joins the party.
yeah.
Breathing heavily.
That's basically how it went.
Oh, I thought you were dead.
Seeing that the others are not actively attacking anymore and just holding out their weapons to as threats, Merit's just immediately joining in. He's like, okay, cool, and he's going to ready an action with his spear to attack if his friends attack.
Alrighty. That brings us to Zeed.
I'll continue holding. Yeah, to waiting for questioning to continue.
Alrighty.
Try and hold them fast.
Yeah, you got him like kind of in a headlock as you're kind of holding his arms to his side, like on the ground, so he can't, move very easily.
Yeah. Now we'll yell to, or just yell to the other guys, grab his weapons. And somebody gag this idiot. No, wait. We want to talk to him. I was going to say, so we can't cast any more spells, but maybe tie his hands. That's my turn.
Yeah, as Zed debates how to better better restrain his grappled person. That brings us to Barnacle as he's kind of hissing as you're kind of bearing down on him with your rapier. Is there any questions you want to add, or anything you want to add before he speaks?
No, I am. That's before he dies. I wanted to know where the family is, so that's pretty much the only thing I care about. So he's. I'll be holding my rapier, and I'll go ahead and get the whip, my whip from my side. Hold it in my offhand.
Okay.
Oh, those folks are longer. They'll be before the master soon. The master will teach you all the end.
And as everyone, he will then cast poison spray on Barnacle, which causes everyone to stab through him. But Barnacle, I need you to make a quick con save.
So I should have. Yeah, it should already be automatic, but I do have advantage against poison. So as a stout halfling.
Okay.
Are you pushing it?
Hopefully this automatically... Yes, I am pushing it. Hopefully it'll automatically roll that for you. If not, we'll just roll it again in case you fail.
It should not. It's weird.
Yeah. That should be...
Because it's not showing up as poison, that's why. Okay.
Oh, well, roll it again. This is technically poison.
And I do resist poison if I fail, so that's half damage.
Yeah.
That should be... If it's coded as poison damage, then that should work.
Yes, which it is coded as poison damage, but because you succeeded, you take no damage because it's that kind of cantrip. And you all stab, bonk, snap the neck of this guy, killing him. Bleh.
Nice,
and there you go.
First. Oh, there we go. We got it. Somebody killed him. All right, cool.
I just, removed him, assuming that you would all hit him with advantage +6, and your various weapons. He didn't have too many hit points left.
He just gets swiftly impaled.
Yes, he does. Alrighty. As you fell this last foe in the immediate vicinity, what you guys doing?
So I presume they're going to search him. So I'm just going to go head back over to the camp. Mm-hmm. Start looking through the tents to see if the family's... Maybe he lied. I'm just going to look in there, just looking for other enemies, but also for the family.
Okay.
While it's fresh in his head, Merritt's going to try... I think I can... turn into the dude and practice his voice and how he talks. I'm yeah, that one's probably gonna be useful. So Merritt's practicing that a little bit.
Okay.
So again, I'm not searching through everything. I'm just opening the tent. Person or enemy? Nope. Move to the next tent. So.
Yep. You find no enemies in the tents. Of the five of these tents are all look to be just nice camping tents. These two are a little bit bigger, a little bit nicer bedding inside. This one looks like it's like a nut tent covering with a bunch of like barrels and supplies underneath it.
Okay.
But you do not find anyone else in the immediate vicinity checking through the tents. Yeah, Merritt, you're practicing that pretty good. What about the Ina, Z? What are you guys doing?
Is someone already checking this serpent folk? I heard people assuming that the serpent folk was going to
Nope. Barnacle moved away,
you can do it first.
expecting you guys.
Okay, yeah, no, we'll search him to see if he has anything of note.
Okay, as you start searching him,
Like,
Zeed, what are you doing as you
Going
fly
back
into the
down.
camp?
Yeah, back down to the center of the camp, and we'll just pick another tent to go in through.
Okay, so you help Barnacle kind of check all the tents.
Yes.
Okay.
So you see Barnacle
Ina, as
isn't
you-
searching the tents. He's just opening a flap and moving along. So if you want to search inside them, he's not.
Well, I'll wait until we clear the camp and make sure there's no more bad guys, waiting and look. And then yeah, I'll go back and search.
Okay. Just in preparation of you doing that, I'm going to actually unlock tokens for y'all. Nice. Ina, what you find on the fella is one, he's wearing like some hide armor that's been damaged and now looks like armor that's seen some use. He has a short bow on him. He looks like he has some arrows that are in a little in a quiver. He has a scimitar on him. Looks to be a functional kind of actually it's made out of bone, but it's like a nice kind of cutting edge. You've seen some of the other lizard folk had some similar stuff. Checking him, you find that they're kind of like moving around, checking pockets, kind of shifting the armor. You notice that he has like what looks to be like the beginnings of a tattoo kind of underneath the armor that you can open up if you see fit. He does not appear to have any like coins on him or anything besides his all he really has on him is his weapons and armor. Did you want to kind of like take off the armor of him to kind of check on the tattoo you saw?
Yeah.
All right. So as you like kind of take off the armor, which it's functional hide armor, but a little damaged. You can kind of see that he has on his chest one of those tattoos of the that's kind of crystal heart.
Well, it's exciting. Oh, crystal heart.
Zeed, as you're kind of like after doing a quick sweep, confirming there's no enemies in the camp, and starting to like look into the tents and a little bit more clearly. There's some nice bedrolls in these two tents. This tent and this tent. Glancing around, you don't find any valuables except maybe a few spare javelins. You find some just some general supplies. You find some spare rope. It looks to be like a little pack of pythons. Some spare backpacks, mess kits, some rations, some torches, some water skins, some kind of barrels of water. Well, it looks to be all just like general supplies for travel and food and such.
I'm at this point probably looking more specifically for anything that might give me a clue on where Ralph and his family might be, or whether if they've been here. But
I'll say, give me a survival check real quick.
I don't know anything about survival.
Actually, and with that, we are out of time, unfortunately.
Cool.
Which we'll probably leave it there. We can leave the rest of the looting for tomorrow. Figure out what is, or for next time. Figure out what you want to take, what you want to leave. Can you pick up the trail again? Are there other things available? Current time of the day where we are at is roughly 3 in the afternoon, going on 3:30 ish. We're getting close to evening, and you guys have been going at it since roughly early. So you're getting close to time. Well, not close to time. You got a few more hours of travel if you continue to travel before you can camp for the night.
I know it has been a long day. A lot has happened.
Yes, it has. A lot has happened.
We got bedrolls all set up for us.
For
you
real
do.
though.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear today has like 10 journal entries or something.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Something like that. But that does bring us to the end of our session. I will say, just to let everyone know, you are very close to leveling up to level 3. Once we get to a point where you guys have kind of like stopped for this day's of travel and get ready to rest, we'll probably end up leveling up, which we'll handle next session.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah. You guys have, as we said, it's been a long day and you've accomplished a lot. So
We feel very experienced.
And just to make sure I say it, I am picking up my crossbow, reloading it, picking up the barbed net, cleaning it off.
That is definitely good to note. But for those of you who have decisions you need to make for the next level, be sure to keep be thinking about that so that we can hopefully go when we get to that, ideally next session, unless you guys spend the whole session splitting the party and going off in all the different directions.
Next time we just have like a beach episode. Where did we find a beach? I don't know, but
I mean, there's water around. There's no sand. There's water around. You could have a natural water park episode. Well, let's go with that.
Somebody cast like minor illusion to make it all look like sand.
But for those of you who have joined us on the on Twitch or with using the tubes, well, I guess we can let Sven take us out.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Nick. We appreciate you and all the hard work that you do to get this going. Those of you who didn't notice, the message of the day was also updated, so you can check that out. If you don't remember what's going on. And
the first time since like session 2.
Don't forget
I did it, and then we had almost no one show up. So,
don't forget to like, subscribe tomorrow. Come back Thursday for some more D's and the other D's. And whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day. Say goodnight, guys.
Good night.
Good night, guys.